Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and today we are looking at NYX issue 9, and this is the variant cover. And I've got this because we are looking at X-Manhunt chapter 2, Charles. So I'll be honest, I've not read NYX. All I've heard is there's some good things about the issues previously. At some point I'll read them. So writers Jackson Lanzing and Collin Kelly, artist Francesco Mortarino, Raul Angelo is on the colors, and letters is VC's Joe Sabino. Apologies if I got any names incorrectly. The cast, because I've not read this book before, I'll just quickly say: Miss Marvel, Anole, Prodigy, Cinch, hey, I like Cinch, Sophie, Cuckoo, and Local. So our story begins with we're learning a bit about Doom in this issue. So Doom apparently is quite at the top of the tree, so to speak, and we have Xavier being the most hated man pretty much on the earth for all these sacrifices. In this little page we get a moment between Cuckoo and she's got an online boyfriend. Apparently her powers are a bit messed up. And then we have Anole bringing in Charles Xavier, who it's kind of weird because towards the end of X-Manhunt 1, he didn't really remember he's X-Men at that point, other than he's original. So I've got his mind together quite quickly, because he's now gone to this group, this team, who are perhaps not about superheroes, but they are still a team. And Charles, and he's pretty much told they're not child soldiers. They're not here to suit up. You know what? You want the Krakoa seed that Doom took, you got to go get it yourself. So Anole is going to help him, and I've got to say Anole looks like a grown adult. Either that or he's manipulated his body to grow very quickly since the last time that I read anything. And Miss Marvel is going to assist them as well, because I think she believes in Xavier and what Xavier was doing. Also, we've got to remember that to some of these people, Krakoa wasn't a home. It wasn't a place that they lived. This was their friend, and this is a part of them that's been taken. So meanwhile, we get Volta, one of Doom's lackeys, and who took the seed originally and was seen by Fauna here, who is working with the mysterious Mr. Friend. It's Mr. Friend, isn't it? And you probably already know who this is already if he's been popping up in this series. So perhaps it's more of a surprise to me when it comes to reality. And it's quite interesting that he says, you know, he's wrapping up story ends, loose ends, because this was a loose ends of the Krakoa era. This was a piece that was, what is Doom going to do with this Doom shield? So yeah, you think Volta's in charge, but she is not in charge, and well, she gets sliced up quite quickly. And then Xavier realizes who it is that they are messing with, and this is where the deception begins. This is Charles Xavier, remember. So the deception is, this is a ruse. You are to go on after the seed, whilst I've got other goals to deal with. And he sort of, you got in the background, you got these little pieces that pop up, and it's like a sort of underlining moment of Xavier and him, and you get Mojo's version of him saying that, you know, you think you're doing this for the right, but really, you know, you're fooling yourself, etc. You're a terrible liar, etc. So it's little bits like that. So Mojo is the big villain here, and he's got his little domina, and who says that they are sorry. So Anole and Miss Marvel get dispatched quite quickly, whilst Xavier is going after his true goal, which is being kept in. So they are actually gone to the old Xavier quarters, which is one of Doom's under Doom's control. And what he is after is, so sorry, he gives the young little fauna gives the Doom Seed, whilst Xavier gets his goal, which is the Cerebro helmet. And his goal is ultimately to save Sandra, his daughter. That is his goal here. And his X-Men are a means to the end. But as he's talking to him, as we get this monologue in the background, it's sort of saying that Professor Xavier, you can't help but feel pride, even when it's sort of undeserved, that your team have done what they were meant to do. You're a good man, a great one, even at least. That's what you tell yourself. So Xavier lying to himself, generally probably the easiest thing to happen. And we learn that Fauna has the real Krakoa seed for Mojo, whilst the others have, well, it's one that they are just able to make. And we've also found the missing, captured team member from this team. So bear in mind, I know nothing about that, but they are there, and while they get stabbed to help create this new sort of Krakoa, or this Fauna, etc., which is going to lead into Mojo City. So now, by the end of this, I'm intrigued to go back and start reading these, probably sooner than later. We obviously got witnessed the Reign of Doom, so I have no idea how this has come about. So I'm sort of on the outside reading the X-Men, and all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, Doom's taken over the world. So definitely, if that pops up onto Unlimited, I think I've got to pick that up. I feel like that would be something to read, almost like the Reign of Osborn. That was good times. I enjoyed that. So then you get a little reader's page at it, but Xavier's on the move again, so they fitted on a little section in here with part 2, and then part 3 is in Storm, which I do have, which I will try and get out in the next couple of days before the next wave of X comics are released in the upcoming weeks. So I enjoyed that. Like I said, it was a bit more difficult because I've not been reading NYX, so I had no idea what's going on with all these characters. But you know, the essence of it was find out what Xavier was fitting into this. It's a nice little piece for him. I love the ruses, because the deception is one of the things that Xavier has been known to for many years. So it's nice to see that little bit he's gone through his X-Men, and it's nice to see some of them say, we're not willing to help you. That was interesting as well. We've almost turned our back on you, because a lot of them have. If you know, there's only a few that are trying to still assist him, because towards the end of the Krakoa era, you know, he did some atrocities towards humans. So, and that leads to mutants being hated and feared even more than they were before. So, hope you like my run through. If you do like my channel, please do subscribe. Really appreciate it. Make sure you look after yourself. Very important these days. If you can wait out, subscribe to my channel already. Make sure you look after yourself. Embrace geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.